In the freezing streets of Chicago, a homeless man sat invisible to the world. People walked past him like he didn't exist. But that day, one stranger stopped, looked him straight in the eyes, and spoke a single sentence that shattered his entire life. A sentence that hurt, a sentence that woke him up, a sentence that turned a beggar into a businessman. If you've ever felt stuck, lost, powerless, this story will shake your soul. In downtown Chicago, right next to a crowded subway station, lived a homeless man named Evan. Every morning, commuters passed him with coffee cups in their hands, rushing to work. Evan sat on the cold pavement, shaking a paper cup, hoping for some spare change just to survive the day. One winter morning, while Evan was asking for coins, a man in a long black coat stopped in front of him. The man looked successful, confident stance, expensive suit, sharp eyes. Evan thought, this guy looks rich, maybe he'll give me something good. But instead, the man asked, "You're always asking, do you ever give anything?" Evan was shocked. He said, "Sir, I'm homeless. I have nothing to give." The man smiled slightly. "Then you don't really have the right to ask. Life is all about exchange." He paused and added, "If you give something of value, even the world will give back to you." Before Evan could say anything, the man simply walked away into the subway train. That night, Evan couldn't sleep. Give something? Me? What can a homeless man give? He kept thinking and thinking. 2 days later, Evan noticed something interesting. People always rushed past him carrying steaming cups of coffee. He saw one lady drop her coffee lid, another struggling with her heavy briefcase. And suddenly, an idea hit him. I may not have money, but I can give something else. The next morning, Evan stood near the station entrance, but this time he wasn't begging. He held a small cardboard sign he made from an old pizza box. Need help? Free assistance, no charge. When people struggled with doors, he opened them. When someone dropped something, he picked it up. He helped elderly commuters get down the stairs. He smiled, he greeted, he served. And something magical happened. People started giving him money without him asking, because now he was offering value. One woman said, "You're the only one here who actually helps people. You deserve this." Every day, his cup filled faster. But Evan didn't stop. He wanted to give more. He noticed the cold mornings made commuters miserable. So he saved enough money to buy a small portable kettle from a thrift shop and a packet of cheap instant coffee. The next morning, he stood with a new sign, "Free hot coffee, pay only if you want." People were surprised. A homeless man giving away coffee? Soon, a tiny crowd formed daily around him. Some gave him cash. Some gave him food. Some simply smiled and said, "Thank you." Evan didn't realize it, but he had started a micro-business. Weeks passed. Evan kept saving. He bought better coffee, a small folding table, disposable cups, a bigger kettle. One morning, a familiar figure appeared near his table, the same man in the long black coat. He approached Evan with a grin. "So, now you're a businessman." Evan laughed. "Guess I am. And all I did was follow your advice. I gave value first." The man looked impressed. "I run a chain of cafes across the city. We're opening a new branch. Want a real job?" Evan's eyes widened. For the first time in years, hope wasn't just a dream, it was real. Months passed, and one sunny afternoon at the same subway station, two men in suits shook hands. Commuters barely noticed them, but one of them had once lived on that sidewalk. The cafe owner said, "Evan, ready for the grand opening?" Evan smiled proudly. "More than ready. After all, it's not just any store, it's my own store." Yes, he had gone from homeless to cafe worker to finally owning his own small coffee shop, funded by the very man who once taught him that simple rule. This story teaches us one powerful truth. When you focus on giving, the world finds ways to give you back even more. Success begins not with money, but with mindset. Evan didn't wait to become rich. He started with what he had: a smile, a helping hand, a cup of coffee. And that small mindset shift changed his entire life. Remember, you don't need money to rise. You need mindset. When you start giving value, life opens doors you never knew existed. You're not small. You're not powerless. You're one decision away from transforming your entire story. This is Motivate Light, where stories don't just entertain, they awaken destinies. See you in the next video.